We're here at Christine Cameron's barn with Sam the horse. He's a Tennessee walker. He's been treated 4 or 5 times now with chiropractic adjustments. And I'll let Christine tell you a little bit about the horse.
He had a bad trailer accident where he panicked and came out of a straight load trailer upside down, hit his head real bad on the roof of the trailer on the inside. Imagine the force to jerk back and pull the cleat out of a steel trailer, and then went up through the roof and out the back of the trailer upside down. I could sit on the horse and turn him to the right with his head completely level. But every time I tried to turn him to his left, he couldn't. He tried. It took me many, many times to realize he wanted to and couldn't. I only contacted Dr. Geagan for the neck. Kevin found an issue back here with his pelvis, which after he's adjusted that 4 or 5 times, my last lesson last week, Sam was able for the first time to do a clean side pass where both front and rear legs have to cross over underneath him, and he was never really able to do that. But then last week we went to do it, and he just did it.
I use this sometimes in practice with people too, and when there's an area that is involved, this feels like a whole lot, but it is, I mean, it's nothing. You could hardly feel it in your hand. But when it's on an area of involvement, it has quite a different effect. This fires between 2 and 4 milliseconds, and the stretch reflex on the animal or person is about 20 milliseconds. And so even if Sam wanted to be non-cooperative and not allow me to adjust him, his stretch reflex can't respond before this fires, and it will have an effect of reducing the subluxation. We haven't had much of a problem with him up in the left side of his atlas, but on the right side. So we might miss that response. But as I come down through here, down into his C4, C5, C6, down in this area, if we can get a shot of this area in here with the muscles along his neck here, he generally has a pretty severe reaction in there. So, but if I come in here, you can see on his atlas, he has no response to that at all. So I'll come over onto the other side of the horse when I adjust his atlas on this side, and he doesn't really have much of a reaction in there either. So if I come down and do the full spine on his neck here, and we might get better visualization of it on the other side, but well, you can see how even on C2, as I come down through here, you'll see his neck just quiver. You can see that it goes all the way back here, where he didn't do anything on his atlas at all, because his atlas isn't the hot spot, but historically he's had a big problem down through his cervicals past, actually before it was past C2, C3, it goes all the way down into his upper and there's one there, and we'll go
see the jump right in there,
and he's clear in here. And if we go over into this other side, and we'll come into C2 on him, and he's pretty clear until right down here, down C5, C6 area, right there, and you can see a really violent reaction through his upper leg here. Stay. And as I come down through his dorsal spine here, he's been clear up through here until we get down into the upper lumbar spine. And if you get up on top here, I don't know if you can see that, where he kind of gets a whole postural change in here, his lower dorsals. And then you'll see on his hind here, where he gets right there, not so bad. But like he had before, his upper dorsals, his upper lumbars, he gets a complete postural change. And then down his lower lumbars, he gets some readings in there that aren't as bad as what they used to be. And you can see how he still wants to favor that left leg here. He doesn't want to, it's not that he won't put weight on it, but he does like to stand on his right side. And he has always, since I've known him, favored his left leg there. And the other thing that we see quite often with animals in general is a cross pattern where he historically has had a problem with his right atlas and left sacroiliac and ischium on this side here. When I first met Sam, when I started to check his range of motion, if this is 0 degrees off in center line here and say this is 90 degrees, he would not let me pull his head past about right to there. And as soon as he did that, his butt end would start moving all the way around. And if we go ahead and look at him now,
Yeah, he couldn't do that before. He just flat couldn't.
so that is just awesome. And I'm going to use the VetroStim on him now. And where we've seen a lot of his reactions is in the muscles of his neck, but I think that's really helped him to release. And I've got this set on 12 cycles per second. And I could set this on a deep, it's on pretty deep right now, or I can use this very, very low where you would hardly even hear it, and it's just barely a vibration out of the tip, right? And I can put more pressure on this, and it becomes a deeper pulse on the horse or the animal. So we'll just start up high in his neck here and work on down. And we'll just use a little bit on this. That's a good boy. And maybe that wasn't the smartest thing to do, is start up high in him next to his ear, but he seems to be okay with it. And I'm just looking for, you know, just a stimulation on him. And the last time I used this on him, when I went in deep, his neck has such a contraction and such a reaction to this that he actually bounced the VetroStim off of his neck. See that? That's where he's getting it right now, right about C6 right there. You're getting a big bang on that. Not as bad as what it has been in the past. There we go. We're trying to clear out too is all of this musculature. Oh, look at that big bang in there. We're trying to clear, look at that. Yeah, there it is.
He was all
There
like
it
that
is.
the first time.
There it is. And I'll just hold that on him until that just releases out a little bit. Oh boy, let's release that out. What do you say, buddy?
Yeah, he says,
Good boy.
Please, yes, thank you.
Yeah, look at that. And that's nothing from even just 10, well, the last time he was adjusted was 10 days ago.
12.
And he would push this, his contraction was like that, but it would just keep on banging and banging. It was even more violent than that there, where it would push the VetroStim right off of his neck. He would contract so hard. Look at that, just a little fasciculation there, but not that deep, almost like a deep tendon knee-jerk reflex where we were getting before. And that's what I want to see cleared out. So I'll bring this down through his dorsal spine too. And you can see his demeanor. He's staying pretty nice with this. It actually sounds, yeah, there we go. There, look at the lips. Look at his lips, yeah. He's getting that endorphin release now.
Yeah.
There we go. Look at that straighten right out. I don't know if you could notice that or if you saw that, where he was taking the weight off of his back left leg, and now he's straightened that leg right out where it was up before and he had his weight completely off of it. That is just really, really nice right there. And he has straightened that left leg out significantly. We go on to his ischium. Oh, look at this. All of his weight's on his left side now. Completely changed. Completely changed where he wouldn't put his weight on his left side before. He just favored that all the time, and now he's just completely gone to the other side. So that's real nice. That wraps things up with Sam Tennessee Walker. He's a really, really nice guy, and his demeanor is just so much more calm right now, and doing physical things that maybe he couldn't do before or wouldn't do because of either a pain level or a block in his range of motion. And now he's just, he's really coming along, and I'm really happy to see that. And I know that Christine is getting more enjoyment with him as well.
Yeah.
Bye, Sam. See you in 2 weeks.